Okay, family. So I'm here with another word to talk about those who are in a place right now where they feel like they no longer believe God. They no longer trust God. They no longer want to wait on God. They no longer want to do anything concerning God or have anything to do with what God has promised them, but they still think that they can have those feelings. They still think that they can feel that way. They still think they can move that way and still say that they love God. Still say that they, are on this journey with God. They just don't want what God promised them anymore and don't want anything to do with it. This is specifically for those on the kingdom spouse journey, but it can apply to others as well. You feel like if you don't want anything to do with this person that God has called you to be with, your God ordained spouse, which I understand. I understand how you feel. I understand what you're going through. Trust me, I have went through those emotions. I have my time of feeling that way too. But I'm just here to reason with my brothers and sisters to get you to understand that your refusal to comply, to your refusal to obey, your refusal to trust God and have faith in what He has called you to, it has nothing to do with your spouse. You're not hurting them. I know you feel like you feel angry, you feel upset, you feel embarrassed, you feel shameful, you feel all of these emotions at the same time, and you just want them. Some of you want them to feel the way you feel. You want them to hurt the way they have hurt you. You want them to see what it feels like to be in the position that you are in, not understanding what God is doing in their life behind closed doors, but because you don't see God punishing them, because you don't see God dealing with them. You don't believe God has your best interest. You don't believe that this is of God. You don't even believe God is moving on your behalf because of what you don't see. You don't think God is with you in this. So it is causing you to stay in a place of confusion. It's causing you to stay in a place of hurt, a place of bitterness, a place of anger, bitterness, jealousy, envy. Is causing you to not move in the way that God is calling you to move, because you don't believe that God is doing anything that He said He's going to do because of what you see your spouse doing and what you think that God is allowing them to get away with. You feel like God is not with you, because how could God continue to allow them to treat you this way? How could God continue to allow them to speak to you this way? How can God continue to allow what they're doing to go on? You think that God is allowing them to be in that counterfeit relationship. You think that because it looks like they are blessed and they are putting on a good show, you feel like the blessing of God is with them, and you feel like, okay, God, what if you want that man or woman to be with them, if you want my spouse to be with them, I'm fine with that. I can move on. I can go my own way. I can do my own thing, God. But don't have me sitting here waiting. Don't have me sitting here trusting you. Don't have me sitting here believing you if you're going to continue to allow this to go on. So obviously, I done prayed, I done fasted, I done did the work, I done did all that's required of me. So if that is still going on and that is still happening, God, that is on you. You are allowing that to continue. You are allowing him or her to be with that person. You are allowing my spouse to continue to act this way. So why would I trust anything else that I hear from you when it comes to my spouse? Why would I believe any word that you speak to me when it comes to them? When I don't see you doing anything when it comes to them. But I can't get away with anything. You've been dealing with me. If I make the wrong move, you're gonna chastise me, and whatever the case may be, it feels like I'm going through it, and that he's my spouse, he or her, whether you're a male or a female standing for your spouse. It seems like they're having the time of their life, and I just can't understand for the life of me why you're continuing to allow that to go on, God. I feel like you're just pulling me and tugging me from this place to that place, that you just dragging me all around, and I just want peace. And I feel like as long as I keep seeing that there's no movement concerning my spouse, I would never be happy, because you have me on this journey standing for them, praying for them, fasting for them. I don't want to do it no more. I'm not going to do anything else that you tell me, I still love you, God. I still trust you. I still believe in you. But when it comes to my spouse, I no longer have faith. When it comes to my spouse, I no longer have hope. When it comes to my spouse, I no longer have peace. I no longer have joy. I don't want them anymore. So when you speak to me and you tell me, I want you to go on this fast, I'm not going to do it. When you speak to me and you tell me, I want you to do this consecration for this certain amount of time, I want you to pray, I want you to do this, I want you to do that, I want you to lead that house, I want you to lead that job. When you tell me to do anything concerning this marriage promise, I'm not going to do it because I no longer trust in you for it. I no longer want it. So I'm not going to do anything. Is a form of protection for some of you. You feel like, okay, if I just block out the voice of God, if I just block out this voice that's telling me to do this, that's telling me to do anything concerning my spouse, then I will be at peace. And you have a false sense of peace. You have a false sense of hope. But in reality, you're hurting. In reality, you're still confused. In reality, you still can't stop thinking about your spouse. In reality, deep down inside, you know that you heard God right, but because it does not look like God is moving, you refuse to comply. You refuse to do anything God is telling you to do concerning your marriage promise. And I'm here to speak to those who are in that place today. You're not doing any other work. You're not doing any other assignments. You're not doing anything that God has been continuously placing in front of you. He is giving you prophetic instructions that you are ignoring because of the way you feel, that you are ignoring because of the things that you have experienced, the things that you have gone through, that you are ignoring because of how your spouse is moving and because how your spouse is behaving. And you think that God is in agreement with their behavior. You think God is in agreement with what they're doing. And you're saying, well, God, if you love it, then I like it. If you're going to continue to allow it to go on, then I withdraw my hands from this. I don't want anything to do with what you have promised me. You think if you stop praying for them, you think if you stop fasting for them, you think if you stop encouraging them, you think if you stop the work altogether that it's hurting them, but it's only hurting you. It's only delaying you. It's only stopping you. It has nothing to do with them. Just like God called you on a journey, He called them on a journey. He just called you to be the standard to go ahead. But it was work that needed to be done in you too. And as long as you keep looking for evidence, as long as you keep looking for proof that God is doing it, you will never see it. You have to have faith. Faith is the evidence of things hoped for, but not seen. Faith is the evidence of things hoped for, but not seen. You have to have faith. But along with that faith, you have to have works. So just because you refuse to do what God is telling you to do, you are not hurting nobody but yourself. You're not punishing nobody but yourself. When you feel like you want to punish your spouse for all the things they have done, all the things they have said, what they have allowed to happen in your relationship, how they have ignored you and rejected you. You think that you ignore the call of God by refusing to do whatever He told you to do concerning them. You feel like you think that you're punishing your spouse. Well, I'm not gonna pray for them. How about that? I'm not gonna fast for them. How about that? I'm not doing anything concerning them. You're not punishing them. You're punishing the one who sent you, which is God. Whether you know it or not, your disobedience to do what God has called you to do, to speak what God has told you to speak, to go where God has called you to go, to do the work that God has told you to do. You're not punishing them. You're punishing God, and you don't even know it. And some of you may know it because they're not even aware of what you're doing and not doing until God makes it known. So all of this in your heart, you have to change. You got to get that bitterness and that hate and that unforgiveness out of your heart because it's affecting your promise. God is not going to bring it to you when you're full of bitterness, you're full of jealousy, you're full of hatred, you're full of envy, you're full of unforgiveness. He has to get you out of that. And that's the purpose of why I present these assignments and these fasts and these consecrations and these challenges that we're doing is not about you doing it for your spouse. It's about your obedience to God and you doing your part that God has told you to do. You have to stop thinking that if you don't do it, that it's somehow going to hinder their life. It's somehow going to slow their life down, because it's not. That's why God keeps allowing you to see them what looks like be blessed in your face, because you want them to be punished so bad. It's because of what's in your heart, why God is continuously allowing it to go on. You have to get that out of your heart. You have to forgive them, and you have to move forward with your life and move in the direction that God is sending you. But just because you refuse to do something, you're not slowing anything down in their life. God is going to continue to allow them to act, behave, and do what they're doing until you understand that God called you on a separate journey. And what He tells you to do, you have to do. What He tells you to speak, you have to speak. Where He tells you to go, you have to go. What He tells you to do, you have to do. Simple as that. You don't get to choose and pick what you want to do and what you don't. God understands how you feel, but until you understand the purpose of your journey, you will forever be stuck in this place. So just because you ignore what God is telling you, you see the post, you see and not just even in this ministry and every other. God keeps putting different things in your face. He keeps telling you to fast. He keeps telling you to pray. He keeps telling you to move. He keeps telling you to get another job. He keeps telling you to let this go. He keeps telling you to release this. But you think if you ignore it, that somehow God is not going to notice that you're not doing what He told you to do. You think that if you refuse to do it, if you play like you didn't see it, if you play like you didn't hear it, then you won't be held accountable for your disobedience. But God is aware of everything. He knows your heart. So you're not punishing them. You're punishing God. The purpose of the 30-day challenge is not about your spouse. It's about you. It's about your bloodline. Your disobedience is affecting everybody else around you. If God called you to be the repairer of the breach, then your disobedience is affecting your bloodline. It's not about your spouse. God called you on a separate journey, but when you won't do what God has told you to do, He will raise up another in your stead. But God called you to do it. He called you to be the repairer of the breach. And that's why the challenge is, I tell you to invite others to include, because now you come into the part of your journey where you're not doing it by yourself anymore. You had to do a big chunk of it. But now God is raising others up to assist you. But you got to fix your heart. You have to get that hatred out. You got to get that unforgiveness out. Get that complaining and murmuring out. God is aware of these things. So He's going to keep allowing you to see exactly what you've been seeing until you understand the purpose of your journey. God told you to do it. You do it. You're not punishing them. You're punishing God. So your refusal to comply is affecting everybody around you. And you think that it's only affecting your spouse, but it's affecting your children, it's affecting your family, it's affecting your bloodline, it's affecting everyone attached to you, and everything that God has for you is being affected by your disobedience. So you have to fix your heart, and you have to do whatever it is that God has been telling you to do. Come out of rebellion today. Come out of disobedience today. Come out of agreement with the devil today. Because every time that you disobey God, the devil is rejoicing. Just like the story of Job, the devil is out to only prove to God that if you take this, if you do this, I promise you, they will curse you to your face. And your disobedience and your refusal to comply and your unwillingness to do what God has told you to do is cursing God to His face. And while you're doing it, the enemy is getting all the praise. He is getting the kick out. So come out of it today. Fix your heart. And it's time to start trusting God again. you are hurting yourself. Stop. End it today and obey God. So that's all I want to say. And again, the 30-day challenge, I really strongly urge you. It's not a fast. You can eat whatever you want. It's a prayer challenge. 30 days. Invite who you want to invite on it. At least 3 people. It's the Joel chapter 2, verse 25 challenge is about preparation, reconciliation, and restoration. Go to the link in the description box and to the Shopify link and download that and whatever else you need. Look, the stuff that God is having me to do is not for I could just do this on my own time. He is having me to work so hard and other people alike is for your good. Whatever he is calling you to do is for your good. This work that he is calling you to do is for your good. Trust it is for your good. Shalom.